Hi, I'm Roseann Meehan Kermes, and I'm a licensed designer with Sizzix. And today I want to show you my adorable hearts and scallop die cut. I'm in love with it, but who isn't in love with anything with hearts? We've made this little small mat using a basic Valentine's Day look with the lace and the hearts, kind of what traditional like you would see normally, and have made a little tiny banner to go with it using the penny tongues and circles die. It's so cute. But I want to show you another option that you can do. Who doesn't love candy hearts? So if we love red and white for Valentine's Day, of course we're going to love every other soft, beautiful color. So the first thing I did with my candy hearts die is I cut a piece of the lace from the die cut. You can see it's straight across here. I just used the edge of the die to show, just to lay it on there so that that edge is straight. And it makes a size that fits perfectly on 3 scallops on the penny mat die. But if you wanted to make it longer, I folded the piece of wool in half and laid it on the die just where the edge of the scallop ended, and was able to cut a piece that's longer. And this would be perfect on one of the full-size mats too. It's just enough to go across. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay my lace above the scallop so I have enough room there. And I measure them so that the one that I put on the opposite end is going to be the exact same distance. One thing that I think is really important, you want the scallops to look nice, so lay it against your mat and just cut off what you don't need. Now the next application is the tongues. I like to put different things on the tongues. So the first thing I'd like to show you is just how to use some of the hearts to make this just totally candy heart heaven. Look how cute they are. They are all designed to fit within each other. So it's kind of component building. You have different shapes and you can layer them up to get the finished shape that you want. But you can see the hearts are just the right size to fit inside the scallop. Now if you felt, well, maybe you don't want to have too many candy hearts, you can remove those and use circles, layered up circles from our penny circles and tongues die. And I think that's a nice effect so that you don't overdo it with the hearts. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to put some of my hearts across the top of the lace. So I like to start in the middle because that gives me some balance. And I'm just layering up a smaller shaped heart on top of that and a nice little circle in the center. I suppose you could put one more little itty bitty heart in the center too, because these hearts, they go all the way down to about a 1/2 inch. So you have a lot of different sizes to have fun with. So look how cute that looks. It's so fun. This looks kind of boring and plain to me. I could jazz it up with some stitches, maybe some X's and O's down the center, because, it's loves and kisses. But I think I want to add just a few more little hearts because I really do think, with a candy heart mat, you have to have 1,000 hearts. And you can see it's okay if they aren't all going the same way because that's half the fun of it. I would probably just stitch those down with a little French knot in the center, just enough to hold them. It's just really sweet the way it is. Let me just pull those out and you can see what it looks like with the total effect of just all hearts on it. It's just sweet, just very cute, perfect with a little votive in the center, maybe a tiny little rose in a vase. It'd be just great for, oh, hey, wait, how about a jar of candy hearts maybe? But I've used this same look on my stocking die, because with some of my friends and family, they don't always go with traditional red and green for Christmas. They like something a little bit more whimsical. So let me show you a little trick for getting the lace from the hearts and scallop die onto the stocking die. First I cut my piece of lace, and then I laid it along the edge of the cuff die that's on the stocking die and used it to cut it so it's the right shape, and it gives me just a little bit of curve to follow the under part of the cuff, so it lays down nicely and doesn't have rough edges poking through. And then I just laid the cuff on top of that. The stripes on the die are actually the hanger from the die cut, and I just laid them over the cuff die and cut it so that they would all be the same size. And the circles I brought in from the penny circles and tongue die just to give them a little bit more texture. Now I'm going to go back to the mat die because I want to show you how you can make it just a little bit more traditional looking. I'm going to take all my candy hearts off in different colors, and I'm going to add a piece of white lace instead. I'm using one of the second to the largest heart in the die cut and putting it right in the center. And then I'm bringing in 2 pieces of holly that are from my Winter Wonderland die cut. A little flower for the center off of the Posy Patch die. And here's a little circle from our Penny Circles and Tongues die. And then on either side, I can bring in 2 more hearts if I want. Or I could just leave it like this and just embellish it with stitches. I could even put them on top of the tongues and add 1 more, decorate it that way, or even cut a smaller heart for that. But as you can see with all the different shapes and things you can cut, it's very fun to just keep playing around with all the different pieces and just manipulating them till they come to be just a pleasant, happy experience. So I hope you enjoy this Hearts and Scallop die.